What's up, mi gente? This is Café con Cultura, and we are your host. My name is Rocio Cortez, and this is
Magdalena Cortez.
all right. So today, as many of you might know, this is actually our last episode for the season. That does not mean that we're not coming back or anything like that, but we are taking a little bit of a break before we start our second season. We just want to make sure we brainstorm what it is that we're going to do for the next couple episodes. This first season was a really great help for us to just find out what it is that we want to talk about, find out, who our audience is going to be, and just kind of where we want to take it from here. We have quite a few ideas of where we want to go with this podcast. But just be patient with us. We're not sure how much time we're going to take off. We're going to take off as much as we need to get this podcast where we want it to be, right? We love it. We love talking to you guys. You guys are amazing. We've gotten so just great feedback, but we want to do more. We want to see how we can get more in contact with our community, our Latinos, our first generation Hispanic Americans, right? But we want to make sure that we can do as much as possible for our community, right? So once we figure that out, we're going to be back and we'll announce it. In the meantime, rewatch all of our episodes. I know that we talk about a lot, so sometimes we might be going through an episode and we miss a couple things. So definitely go back and start listening to them. Message us, right? Let us know what it is that you like, what you want to hear more of. And like I said, we're going to be working more closely with our communities to try and help out and see what it is that's going on, and lend a hand to our communities. And
We have been hearing about the LA Friars. That's why we haven't really been promoting our last episode that we have posted. That's why we haven't been promoting our last episode on Wednesday. We just been posting mostly about the LA Friars. You, I feel like it's kind of insensitive about posting our episode and then not posting the LA Fire. So I've been trying to post as much as we can about real information, real facts about what's going on. We think that, Canada, Mexico, all the other countries that have been helping us, it has been such an honor. Not even that, but the way that we are, I don't know how to say this, but I feel so grateful for all of them trying to help us. I saw this post that says, SoCal, when we come into like a community, we are part of that community. We can never go down if our community is backing us up.
yeah, and I mean, and we're thinking about California specifically. The US is awesome. We have amazing states, obviously, but California, when we're talking about them specifically, it's such a melting pot already, right? Like, just the people who live there are usually immigrants. A lot of our people live there too, and then just other countries, other cultures live there too. So just the fact that we have all these other people helping out, that's amazing. And there's a couple things that we do want to talk about in a sense of the LA fires. Number one is, so we want to
Mhm.
make sure that we're not giving out random information. That's the last thing we want to do. We want to make sure that the information that we ever do give out is accurate. I know when the LA fires first started, I just prayers goes out to everyone, right? Prayers is when this is just when we need it the most. I mean, Los Angeles, it's spreading more than just Los Angeles at this point too, but we want to make sure that we're checking everything out. So one of the things that I heard on social media is make sure that you're not just reposting everything that you see. Make sure that you check it first and make sure that it's accurate before. I know for myself, any news outlet that I ever use is me personally CNN, just because they pride themselves for not being biased, right? But one of the things that I also saw is we want to know what's going on with the firefighters. I know they don't have time to talk to us or anything like that, but we did see a couple firefighters reaching out and telling us what it is that we can do to help out, because it's a little hard to be on social media right now. It's a little hard to keep seeing it because it breaks our heart, right? But what I heard is what we can do right now. First off, is like I said, make sure that whatever you are reposting, whatever you're sharing is accurate, right? We don't want to give anybody any misinformation or anything like that. And another thing too is stay out of the way. If there's a fire over there, stay out of the way as much as possible. I know it's easier said than done. And another thing is, if you don't have to be out, don't go out, I know a lot of us work and all those different things, so it's a little bit difficult. But if you can avoid going out at the moment, then just avoid it as much as possible so that we're not in their way, right? And another really, really big one is, a lot of people have started to throw water on their houses and things like that. I understand where your thought process is coming from, but from the firefighter standpoint, is it they are telling us that that's not going to do anything. It's not going to help prevent the fire on your house. It's not going to help, the fire's not coming to your house or anything like that. If you're in the area, unless your house is made out of certain materials, then that would help out a lot more than just throwing the water that the firefighters themselves are going to be using, because the same water that you're throwing on your house with your hoses is the same water that they're going to use for when the fire reaches your house. So making sure we're not wasting it or anything like that. But what I really want to know right now is, I mean, Magdalena, you're there. I'm over here in Michigan. We are covered in snow right now. We got about 4 or 5 inches of snow. I wish I could just like literally. I tell my mom, like, I want to send some in a box for you and send it over to you guys. But I mean, how do you feel? How do you see that the community is going like right now?
Well, right now with Maria, our sister, for you guys that don't know, she's special needs. So any time that we ever get Amber Alerts, even before this, she'll get so nervous and so all over the place. So right now, she's literally all over the place. She's been sleeping all day just because her medication just gets her so tired. And then with a plus with the Amber Alerts, and then an extra nervousness that's double the stress for her. So she's been just sleeping all day. I have told her like, hey, let's go on a walk just for a little bit, just because there's still a little bit ashes the first day. Oh, I don't even want to talk about the ashes. The first day, I couldn't even step outside. I have asthma. I have severe asthma. And only being out there for like 10 minutes, I was already gasping for air because I felt like something was stuck in my throat. There still can even confirm this because I was on the phone with her when I came back to the house. The only reason why I left was because I had to move my car. They're still giving out tickets even even through this, which I understand. I understand. But yeah, the first day I just couldn't even step outside. I need to go to the grocery store, but I was like, you know what? Let's eat some cup of ramens or something. I'm so sorry, girls and boys, my husband, but I can't cook.
That Amber Alert, you also have a couple things ready yourself, right?
Yeah, I do. I have a to-go bags ready because the next day we actually got an Amber Alert. The Amber Alert made my sister so nervous, but good thing her therapist was here to calm her down. But we got the Amber Alert, and I just told them, hey, we just got to get the go bags ready. My sister was so funny. She was trying to take all her toys in one bag. It's okay. We can repair that. We can get like another items after that, okay? Just pack the essentials, just a few clothing items and the documents, of course. A
The
lot of people
documents.
have been just, I've seen videos, people have just been packing clothes and that's it. And I'm not gonna lie, I that was me as well. I only packed like three for everything, for socks, pants, shirts, sweaters. But my mom told me I had to pack my documents and the baby's documents. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so true.
Yeah.
So remember about packing your documents because those are the important items that you need to be saving. But now, since the air is a little bit more clear, I don't know why the first day was so much ash
Hmm.
around everywhere. My car was completely covered in ash. I couldn't even open the door without all the ashes coming inside. Right now, it's a bit more clear. Even the sky is a bit more clear. It's not as windy anymore. I seen my mom, and it makes me kind of sad. I see my mom and other people that live in LA praying for rain. Like they're literally praying for rain right now, which
Right.
I understand because I also did that too. I was like, I'm waiting for the rain to come. Maybe the rain can solve all of this.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, you got to keep going, right? The thing is that we don't even know we're what 6 days in already. When our last episode already had aired, it was already going on, and we didn't have time to talk about it or anything like that. But it's been 6 days. It's been 6 days of nonstop, and it's in one area, and then it went to another. I think it's four different areas now. But you
Yeah,
guys specifically, you and my mom, are located in a place where you have not seen the fire where you are exactly, but you are getting that little the
that
air
flame
quality
and the ashes.
obviously,
Yeah.
right? And then I'm reading right here too that the winds are actually expected to pick up again. So
Oh
we
my
don't
gosh.
know. This is not over. The fire, just to read off a couple of these, right? Like I said, 6 day battle against the deadliest Los Angeles wildfires. That's crazy right there, just in general, right? But officials say that the fire threat will remain very high as dangerous Santa Ana winds return early this week. A lot of people are being evacuated. The coastal Palisades fire is at least 11% contained. We are 6 days in and it's 11% contained. That, like I said, what we can do, we feel so helpless right now, right? We feel like we can't do anything, but like the firefighter said, stay out of the way. Do not go out if you have to. If they tell you to evacuate, evacuate. You are not replaceable. Your house is replaceable. I understand that all the memories are there and all those different things. I get it, but we don't want to lose you with those memories too, right?
Yeah, I
We
think
want
that's like the hardest part, just knowing that your house and all the valuable things that you have collected, that you have bought or you have anything, just around your house and those things the memories of it can't be replaced, but you also can't be replaced.
right, right.
So you gotta focus on yourself other than the your little items. I know the memories are special, but we can always make new memories.
And I know that that's not the only fire. The other one, I apologize if I say this wrong, but the Eaton fire, in Altadena, that one is 27% contained. I mean, at least some of it is, it's a little bit better than the first one, but still, I mean, authorities have confirmed 16 deaths, and I know that I saw search and rescue is going in and trying to see if they find anyone else. So, like I said, if they tell you to leave, just leave. And again, it's easier said than done, but just leave, get out, have your go bag ready, save yourself. And California and Los Angeles specifically is going to rebuild, and when we rebuild, it's going to be even better. And it's I mean, it's crazy to say that, right? Because Los Angeles, everybody goes there. It's everybody's dream to be there. It's everybody's,
Yeah.
that's everybody's vacation, right? But we're gonna rebuild, and we're gonna rebuild even stronger. I have a couple friends that, I've been praying so much these last couple of days. I mean, I am a person of faith in general, but I find myself praying even more, right? I have a lot of my friends who have lost the restaurants. A lot of the restaurants that I worked in when I lived in California are actually gone, and I have a lot of friends that are just out there that have lost their house. Specifically, our close family is safe. We're a little bit more down, towards Compton, Hawthorne, all those areas, so that it hasn't gotten there yet, thank God, and hoping and praying that it doesn't get there. But I
Mhm.
mean, I do have quite a few things that are gone, and I really wish that I could go back and see it, but it's okay. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, I seen all the pictures lately, and it's actually really, well, of course, actually, but it's really devastating. Some of the memories that we have built since we were children, just with our family, it's all gone, and
it's gone. It's gone.
yeah, it's gone.
Yeah. And you know what? That reminds me, I want to make sure I say this. We had a guest a couple episodes ago here. Her name is Lupita. She told us about her story and all those things, right? She was in the army. She works for the LA County Sheriff Department right now, and she's been going in and out of the fires. She's been sending me pictures and videos. And you know what? I just want to say thank you for your service. And everybody else, all the firefighters, everybody else who, first responders who are going out there and risking their lives to save lives. I mean, I understand that that's your job, but still, it takes a person, it takes a certain person to be able to do that. And we just want to thank you guys for your service. We want to, we have lost a couple firefighters as well. So praying for their families, and just, making sure that they stay safe. I see a lot of people in the community going out and feeding them, making sure they buy food, drinks, and all those different things for them. I mean, it's a very devastating thing to watch, but it's also a very beautiful thing to watch on the other side, right? How our community just gets together. Our community
Our
helps each other
community.
out.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
help each other out, and also it's good to know that other countries also have our back. You seen how much money they have raised for the
Yeah.
fundraiser? Yeah,
Right.
that's an insane amount
Yeah, but I mean
in
they're
comparison to
raising
those
money for
numbers.
specific things too. There's some money going towards rebuilding. There's some money going towards search and rescue. There's some money going towards, stopping the fire. So that's awesome. And we hope that we just see a better, and I'm sorry to say this, but I hope we see a better system moving forward. I know there's a lot of, and I don't really want to get into it too much, but I know there's a lot of backlash right now on the fire department chief herself, and I know there's a lot of backfire on the mayor, and it's very easy to point fingers and do all these different things. But at the same time, from what I've heard, there is no amount of resources that could have stopped it. However, there are certain things that the county and our officials could have done to ease it off a little bit more, and it wouldn't have been as devastating as it is now. So there is
Mm.
yes, we couldn't avoid it, but at the same time, we could have helped it not be as bad as it is. So I feel, just moving forward, I mean, this brings me back to making sure that we're putting the right people in office, right? Not just as a president, not just as a vice president, not just as a senate. I mean the people who work for our communities, right? The mayor, the fire department chief, our sheriff, all of those different people. Make sure that you're doing your research, stay alert, stay informed on what these people, who are these people that we're putting in charge, right? You're
Mhm.
the one who's able to vote for them. No one else. Our people vote for them. But if you don't vote, right, so make
Yeah.
sure that you're just as much as possible informed, and if you want to know more ways to get informed, ask people who actually work there, right? Hey, where can I get more information on this? Do your own research. Like I said, for me specifically, the news outlet that I love is CNN.
My husband actually, since the first day, he wanted to go out there and help because he ever since the first day, we've been hearing about volunteers just trying to go over there, trying to help, trying to pass out things as much as possible. And I also want to do that, but I can't. I know some people are gonna be like, "Oh, excuses, excuses," but honestly, I cannot because of the baby. She can't breathe over there, and if I have asthma, I'm afraid that one day I'm gonna find out that she has asthma. I can't be thinking about
Right.
that, but you got to be prepared.
No, yeah. I mean, the people who can help should help, right?
Yeah,
Like you, I don't, I mean, I know your situation and everything, girl. I don't, I really don't want you to go out there, you know? But if you
yeah.
can, go out there and see. I mean, for me personally, I wish I can fly out there and be there, but I don't know. I don't think that I would be able to do much, to be honest.
Because you
Um,
also have asthma.
I do.
Yeah,
So, it's one of those things where, like I said, I feel so helpless sometimes, but I'm looking for ways to be able to help, giving back to our community. And it kind of brings me to, what it is that we do, right? Making sure, man, this is something that I didn't really want to talk about and get into, but it's so hard not to, talk about this, is that a lot of insurance companies, State Farm and Progressive, all those different companies, insurance companies, they were actually removing the fire insurance on people's houses right before this happened, because this has actually been anticipated. This is not something that just happened and everybody's very surprised. We knew that this was going to happen, which makes it even more worse for our officials, right? Making like that we weren't ready for it. We knew that this was going to happen. Firefighters knew that. The department knew that. Officials knew that. They knew that this was going to happen. That there was it was that literally they were going to get lucky, and lucky enough to get the right wind at the right time, and it was going to go up in flames like this, right? And the insurance companies knew that too, and they removed it. But I love that California is fighting against that, and they are, moving forward. They're helping out with that, making sure that that's not. And you know what? It's been in the works. I've been telling so many people too that it's been in the works actually for a while, but now it's like it had to come to this for them to finally step up and get it done, right? I wish that it didn't. But I mean, like, if you have these companies that are taking away your insurance like that and you have them as your life insurance, I want to say think twice about it. Let us know that you have them so that we can give you a better option because honestly, I have read their policies, homeowner insurance policies, their mortgage insurance policies, their life insurance policies, and they are not okay. And there's so many things that I go on there and I read, and it's devastating to know that our community have signed up for these things. And we don't know what we're signing sometimes because we're not completely educated. And that's what we do.
Mhm.
We want to make sure we educate as many people as possible. I mean, if you have any of their life insurance policies, please think twice because if they're doing that for homeowners insurance, saying, oh, well, we know that you're probably going to lose your house, so I'm actually not going to insure you. That's not how it works. That's not how the insurance industry is supposed to work, right? So
Yeah.
I would just say think twice about having them as your insurer. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, for those that don't know, me and Rocio are actually in the finance industry. So if you guys ever have any questions, message us, and we'll gladly help. We check our invoice all the time. We have seen a lot of posts out there that have been giving out their opinions, and some of them do seem like, oh, maybe, but just remember if you don't see it on the news, then it's probably not factual. So in time, we will be knowing the reason why everything has been happening, whether it's your opinion or not.
whether it was climate change, whether it was a national disaster, whether there's arsonists, whether there's whatever it came from, or whether it was inedible or preventable, we'll find out with time. They'll do
Mhm.
their investigation, they'll find out. And as a community, we need to stay on it because sometimes things like this happen and then it gets swept under the rug, right? Because no one asks afterwards. We make all these different assumptions. So it was this, so it was that. We see all this TikTok videos about what it could have been, and then it's done and no one follows up, right? So as a community, we need to make sure that we follow up and ask for answers after everything is done. After the fires are contained, after when we're rebuilding, finding out what we could have done, finding out what happened, whose fault was it, and maybe it's not just one thing, maybe it's a you know a combination of different things, but we need to find out what's going on. We don't want this to happen again. They're talking about maybe not rebuilding because it's in a fire hazard anyways. We can't do that. Absolutely not. Let's find out if we can get around this, if there's something better that we could have done. Let's find out what actually happened, and when that happens, I hope you're very, very, very happy.
Yeah, my heart goes out to everyone that have been affected by these fires. I know my mom, the people that she works for, have lost their houses as well, which is very sad because I met some of them and they're really nice, great people, beautiful people. But
Right.
also to our family that are closer over there as well. We have already messaged them. We already told them, hey, if you need anything, if anything happens, you know where to go, you know where to find us. Because when we got that Amber Alert, we were like, oh my gosh, where are we gonna go? Where are we gonna evacuate? Because
Right.
we only have family members around here, you know? So we're like, oh my gosh, where are we gonna go? I searched up like where other flowers were. It seems like Vegas, it's a sign. It's a sign. Vegas actually doesn't have any fires going to it. My mom was like, "Oh, we had to go to San Francisco because it's raining." I was like, "Mom, do you know that you had to pass the fires to go there?" She was like, "Oh, really?"
You can go
Yes,
like
Ma, it's up
around
there.
it, but
I
like,
told her, if you want to go like around it, you got to go over the mountains, and we will probably catch like a glimpse of it. But you're gonna have to go to the fires. It's probably gonna take like maybe a week to get there, because all the traffic. Oh, the traffic.
right. And then just putting it out there, you guys can always come here to Michigan and just spend a couple weeks here. Just putting it out there. You act like you don't have somebody outside of the fires. I
That's my
am
mom.
very much, I am
My
very much
mom.
outside. I am very far from the fires. I will tell you that. I'm like I said, I have 5 inches of snow outside of my house right now.
Mm-mm. Yeah. I think my
I
mom's
really
just
do
scared to make
wish.
that drive.
I know, but I think this is the perfect time. Just saying. I'm telling you, I wish that I can literally just like fill up boxes. Like obviously I know that it's not gonna work out, but I just wish that I could just send a bunch of boxes through FedEx or through UPS and just send all the snow over to you guys and you know it's so hard. I'm like I said, it's just so hard feeling so helpless. Like having this how it is where I am. I'm telling you, we are covered in snow. We like are we are hoping that it stops snowing. And we just wish that you guys would be, just get something, get some water, get some rain, something. And I mean, I've seen it
I
before.
find that
I've seen it
very
before.
funny. I
Right.
find that very funny. Like you guys are praying for it to stop snowing, but we are praying for it to rain.
To
I
rain, to
find,
get something. I know.
yeah.
I know.
Oh.
And
But that's
another
how
thing that
life
I've
is.
heard too is like people are like, well, you guys live right next to the ocean. So, yeah, they still need resources to get it's not like you could just it's not like you can like unzip it and let the ocean like go straight into it. You still need the resources to carry that super heavy water and like land it where the fires are. So like it's the resources. So you at least you guys are next to the water where you don't have to go like across country to get the water there. At least it's there. But I'm happy that the resources are on their way. I'm happy that, man, let's talk about Mexico, right? Man, that it makes me so, so proud to be a first generation Hispanic American. That makes me so proud. The way that they're helping, the fact that, and not to get into politics or anything like that, we've got a new president coming into office pretty soon. They're not necessarily talking really, really nicely to Mexico in general, but they didn't care and they're sending help and they're doing I mean, that is orgullosamente ser un latino, orgullosamente, específicamente ser mexicano y mexicana, right? That for me, man, I love to see my people like that.
Mm. When I
True
first saw the
definition.
video, I was like, is this real? Is this fake? Because it was
Mm-mm.
unbelievable that they actually walked all the way over here. Some came in plane, but most of them walked all the way over here just to try to help us, just to try
Right,
to see where they can fit in so they can help us restore our community. That's
right.
honestly so beautiful. And I love that. I love that so much.
Oh
I love
man,
how
2025, huh?
I know it's already starting.
2025.
Always every single year, the first month is always something, always.
No, but I mean, yes, it's always something to just be like, oh, well, Happy New Year. But I've heard it around and I do see it. But 2025 is starting off a lot like 2020 did. A lot like 2020 did. And I don't like that. I don't. There's like brand new diseases coming in, and well, not brand new, but some that are just circling and are being really, really present. We already started off the year losing Brenton Wood, right? My God, rest in peace for that. I mean, it's 2025. 2025. Wow. If you ever have you ever thought about a year to really start going towards your goals and really just say F everything and get what you want? This is a year. Get it done. Get it done before they lock us back up. Like 20, no. Oh my God, no. I mean, there's that. The fires are going on. What else is going on this year? Like I said, all these different diseases.
Diseases, what's going on in Bakerfield as well right now.
Yeah, ISIS everywhere right now too. Oh man. Making sure our people know their rights, what they can and cannot do to us.
Oh
Man,
yeah.
man, that's crazy. That is crazy for me. I mean, what a way to start 2025.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
a bit crazy. Not a bit, extremely crazy.
right.
Extremely crazy. But I believe that everything happens for a reason and something great is gonna come out of this. I strongly
Yeah.
believe with that. Yeah.
I mean,
We always
I
have
think,
those tough days, but
yeah, a
we always
tough
get through it.
month, tough month,
Tough
tough
month,
weeks.
tough, tough
Sorry,
year,
tough,
probably.
No, no, let's pray that it's not. But I mean, this is just gonna make us like we can't just, sometimes I keep telling myself to not get in there because I need to avoid myself having my head go down that road, right? Like, oh, it's going to be terrible. I do not want any of those negative thoughts or anything like that. So take what's going on right now and make it positive, right? And it's very difficult to do that. But I mean, this is going to build us. This is going to make us, this is going to condition us. This is going to make us so much better. I mean, like our generation specifically, mine, yours, the one before. I don't really understand the generations, but the people who are adults right now, right? The people who are taking care of kids right now, I feel like this is just going to make us even better as parents too and make sure that our kids are set up. I mean, everything that's going on right now, politic wise, natural disaster wise, everything, I feel like we can do better, and it's time for people to start taking office who are better, who are humble, who are, and so that way we set up the world a lot better for our kids, the country a lot better for our kids, because our kids, they're gonna grow up so fast. They're gonna be I mean, my daughter turns 2 next month.
I
that is
don't.
scary. That's scary. Your daughter turns 2 in what, 4 months, right?
Yes.
Yeah, four
Yeah.
months. Ugh, it's scary to know how fast they're growing. I feel like it's like get up, do what you gotta do so that we set up the world and our country specifically a lot better for our kids.
Oh yeah. For our kids, we gotta do everything. We gotta try our very hardest for them.
Mhm.
Oh, I can't believe. Oh, that's gonna make me cry. Yoatzi turning 2. That's like not even my own daughter turning 2, but my my niece turning 2. That's oh,
Yeah.
she reminds me so much of Rocio. And I know I'm getting off topic right now, but she reminds me so much of Rocio. She's just so wild and crazy, but fun at the same time. But it's so crazy because she looks exactly like her dad, but she looks exactly like Rocio at the same time. So for me, whenever I see her, I'm always like super freaked out. Not freaked out, but like,
How does that happen?
yeah, how is this, how can this happen? You know?
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, she's definitely my mini me.
Yeah, I was telling her so the other day that I watched this episode about Desperate Housewives, and one of the actors, I used to hate her so much. Uh but when I started rewatching it just the other day, literally just the other day, I saw her and something in me was like, "Oh my God, you look like my niece." And then after that, I couldn't hate her. I can't hate her at all.
And just to
Not at
clarify,
all.
you hate her character, right?
Yeah. No, I hate her as
Okay.
a person.
Oh my God. No, don't say that. No. Oh my God. I cannot believe this. Oh, like I said, I want to do everything that I can. I want to use this podcast as a resource. It's not going to be the only thing that we do, but I definitely want to use this podcast moving forward as a resource to do, like I said, just better our community, better our country, better everything, so that when my kids are adults, they don't have to go through the same things that we're going through right now. They
Yeah,
don't.
so they can have a better life.
Yeah.
That, wow. My, wow, my grandma said, you know, my grandma said, I came here so my kids can have a better life. My mom said, I worked here and busted my butt off so my kids can have a better life. And we're over here trying to spread information to everyone saying, I wish my kids have a better life. You see that generation?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Oh
that's
my
what we
God.
have to do. That's our job. When, our parents' job is to raise us, do the best that they can, and then our job is to do the same for the next generation. And every single generation needs to be set up a lot better than the generation before. Because if not, then we're gonna go backwards. We're gonna go backwards, and that's not the point. That's not. You gotta go forwards, not backwards, right? So I love that. I love that.
That
Sorry.
was a bit of a lot of information to hold in. I just wanted to say one more time, if you need help, if you want to share anything, please message us. We're always here to help. We're always here to listen as well.
Our
And
hearts go out to
yeah,
everyone, all the families impacted by this, whether you lost a home, whether you lost an amazing, lovable life. Our hearts go out to everybody, prayers to the state, prayers to Los Angeles, prayers to all the families impacted. Oh man. Yeah.
and just remember to put yourself first. Protect
Right.
yourself first. Little things like item, clothing, pictures, they can be replaced. Okay? They can be replaced, but you can't be replaced, and you have to remember that. You had to know that you cannot be replaced.
Right. Yeah. But thank you guys so much for joining us for our last episode for the season. Again, we're gonna just take some time, see how much we can do. And it's been a pleasure, doing this for this first season. We're gonna take as much time as possible that we think we need and come back a lot stronger. So reach out to us if you have any ideas. Reach out to us if you have a way for us to give back to our community and help our community and just, be more informed as well. But just, thank you so much for joining us on this last episode. I hope that you guys just keep rewatching all of our old episodes. Let us know what you think, and then we will see you guys. We'll announce when our next season is going to come up. So make sure you stay active and just keep an eye out on our social media, right? That's when we're going to announce it. We're not completely gone. We're still going to be posting. We're still going to be, active on social media. So it's not it. We just don't have any new episodes coming up for a while.
Yes.
So thank you so much for joining us, Magdalena. It was a pleasure doing 10 episodes with you.
10 episodes. It's very
10 episodes.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually did this just for an excuse to talk to my sister because she's always working. And we thought about this idea of starting a podcast just to share the information that we always have. And sometimes when we should be working, we'd be like just talking to each other and we're like, oh my God, you know what? We're really interesting. We should like start a podcast and talk to other people about this. I was like, yes, let's do it. So I just did this for an excuse to hang out with my older sister, and I'm glad I did. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to say thank you, Rocio, for agreeing to do this podcast.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
love spending time with you. I feel like we can start our own TV show, if I'm being honest. We
Step
can.
by step, step by step. Let's go step by step.
We can be
I
the
got a
next
lot going on.
Kardashian.
I've got a lot going on right now. I'm looking at places actually to open up my office. So I'm looking at places right now with my upline, with my mentor. We're gonna find out what to do right now and see all that stuff. And we're not sure where we're gonna put it, but I'm looking forward to that. I mean, oh man, I'm looking back at all of our episodes so far. We have our introduction where we tell you guys exactly who we are, what it is that we're doing here, why we're here. I love that one. Love with No Affection was actually one of our first episode, our first official episode was one of the most successful ones. It's the Love with No Affection, where we talk about, our parents. I feel like that kind of broke the ice with everybody, right? The Love with No Affection.
That's
That
my
one,
favorite one.
right, right, mine too, because like I said, it broke the ice with everyone that we do have something in common with a lot of people in our community, right? We have a lot in common. Lessons like no other. That one, I mean, that one was amazing. We talk about a lot about our dad. We talk a lot about our dad on here. And I'm not gonna apologize because man, was he impactful. And that's who I want to be. That's who, if I, when I pass away, I want my kids to have the same impact or more when I'm gone, right? And then I want my kids to make an impact in this world too. So, okay.
No,
Uh
I'm sorry, but my favorite one is our first episode, not the
yeah.
introduction, but the Love with No Affection. I feel like we really did bond in that one.
Yeah, you know what? My favorite episode is episode 3, Latina Enough. That one was my favorite episode. I feel like I really got, how do I say it? I really got um I really gave everybody a more insight of who I am specifically,
You came
you
out your
know?
skin. Come out of
Yeah.
your skin. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely on that one because man, that has always impacted me completely. I have a very very Latina name, and if people, if they look at me first glance, they think what they want to. They judge a book by its cover really really quick, and then they
Hmm.
hear my name and they're like, "Oh, okay, Latina, right?" Like, yep, But I have gotten some comments from, sadly, from family members who say that because I'm a lot more light skinned than your other Latinas, I don't get it as bad as they do and things like that. And I don't think that's true. But yeah, I think that one we actually resonated with a lot of people too. With that one, we had a lot of people message us on the
Oh
Latina
yeah,
Enough
we
one.
did. Hmm.
Yeah, that one was crazy for us because we did get quite a few people messaging us and telling us their experiences, and wow, we're not the only ones, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But I like the episode where we're talking about how our age difference really did affect us growing up. But we're okay now, I think.
Yeah, no, we're
I made,
definitely.
I
I
mean,
think
we made a whole podcast just so I can talk to you.
I think we are talking about episode 6. But so that was
Okay.
episode 4, the other half of us. Episode 5, Café y Chisme con tu madre. That one, I loved it. That's when we
Oh
first
my
brought in
God.
my mom. She was awesome. My mom, oh my God, you guys already know this from our past episodes. She has always, 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 rooted for us. She's always there. So definitely thank you, mom, for joining us on 2 episodes, not one. But episode 6, breaking norms and building new roots. I think that's what you were talking about. I believe. I'm pretty sure it's that one. No? I think
Maybe.
it is.
Maybe.
You know
I
what?
think
What we
so.
have to do is just, I mean, we're done, right? We're done. This is episode 10 right here. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go back and hear every single episode again and, take notes, and I'm gonna be texting you, so just be ready. And in episode 7, finding family in unexpected places, that's where we had our guest Lupita, the one that I'm
Hmm.
saying, thank you so much for your service, girl. Man, did we get a story out of her, right? Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that one right there. If you want to hear something else other than our story, other than us two, that one right there, episode number 7. Man, hear about this amazing person we know named Lupita. Episode
Yeah.
8, making holidays magical for our kids. Oh my God, that was so beautiful. My kids had such a beautiful my son. Oh man, that's like literally what I wanted. My son told me, I think it was literally yesterday, he came up to me and said, "Mom, Christmas was awesome this year. I loved it." And literally, my husband was right next to me, and I'm like, we did it. We did it. We did exactly what we wanted. And it just, oh man, that made my whole week right there to hear my son say that. Um,
Oh, that's
and then
cute.
right, man, my son is talking so much, so much. I love him so much. Um, my husband is such an amazing role model for him. Every single time that I do my makeup, that I do my hair, that I dress a little, any little effort that I put in, he always recognizes it because he sees his dad do it. And that, oh my God, that's more amazing than hearing that from anyone else. When my son literally says, "Mom, you are so beautiful." That there breaks my heart. And I'm just like, I love him so much. When kids
Yeah.
start to talk, when they start to be bigger, it's hard. um,
That's
yeah,
cute. It's adorable. I swear.
yeah.
I
And
love
then
it.
episode 9 was, Are We Missing a Sister? That one right there, man, did we find out so many things. And we actually had a couple responses to that one. I know I saw a couple on YouTube about sharing our birth stories. I was a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit afraid about that one because I know that obviously men hear our episodes too, and sometimes I'm wondering if
Yeah.
it was a little bit too much for them, because we're not just tailored to women, but obviously we do have a big woman impact because we are 2 women right here. But we actually got really good feedback from that one. And man, like I said, I hope some people just tell us their birth stories too. I love, that you said it on the podcast. I love birth stories. I will sit down and talk to you for hours about having kids. I love it. And I think it should be talked about more.
I think so too. I think so too.
Right.
Hmm. We gotta prepare the other generation for childbirth. I think that because you were such a big help because I was trying to make my I'm so sorry, mom. I was trying to tell like my mom like, oh my gosh, so what did you do? Like,
Does it
how
work?
do I have to prepare? And she was like, I just birthed you out. What do you want
Yeah.
me to tell you? Like, you popped out. That's it. But
Yeah.
what did you do to lead up to that? She was,
Nothing.
I don't know.
Nothing. I don't know.
Oh,
It might be that we just overthink things, but I mean, we still need to know. I think
oh
the
yeah,
more
my
informed you
mom.
are, right?
Yeah, my mom is a very chill girl. She
Yeah.
chill, but yeah.
Yeah. But thank you so much
Um,
for sticking with us throughout those episodes. I hope you guys go back and listen to all of them. Like I said, I know that we're just kind of extending. It's just, I don't want to go. I know that this is,
it's
we're,
sad. It's
I
because
know we're
our
not
last
saying, I
episode.
know that we're not saying goodbye, but I know that we're going to be taking a break. So, sorry for the extended goodbye. But thank you so
Yeah,
much, mi gente.
yeah.
Absolutely.
But we love you, mi gente. Thank you so much for listening. Share your story if you can. We were over here about to cry, just because it's just very saddening. to see our people going through this. But
Yeah.
thank you for everyone that has been helping, that has been there as well. And like Rocio said, our heart goes out to you guys. Love you, mi gente. Bye.